Are y'all ready to have some fun? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. The show will begin shortly. Thanks for joining us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. As you see, we're joined by some great guests tonight, including a fox. Man, looking very foxy. So welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. I'm so excited you're all here tonight. Let me just double check. I'd like somebody to send me a message. I always like to check to make sure everything is functioning properly. If somebody could send me a message real quick, let me mute my phone. So I'm so excited to have these great guys on tonight. Three great guys. Let me start by introducing you to one of them. You may have not seen him in a while, and you may not even recognize him. First of all, I'd like to introduce my co-host and clean-shaven. He looks so much younger. Mr. Paul Gallagher. He's down on the bottom in the blue shirt. Paul, hello.
Woohoo! I'm on the show, guys.
Welcome back. It feels like you've been gone forever, Paul.
I feel like I've been gone forever.
Yeah, it really does. It's been so long since we've seen you. I'm so glad you're here.
Writing and playing and all kinds of crap.
And the fox is watching. I don't know who the fox is watching, but he's making me a little nervous. He's like this. So we have two great guys with us tonight, y'all. In addition to Paul, we have Yosh and Yimmy, and they're I can't do it. So first of all, let me introduce you to Yimmy, aka Jimmy. Say hi, Jimmy. Wait, make sure I got the right one backwards. Okay, yes, Jimmy. I got them mixed up. Okay, and down on the bottom we have what does the fox say, or Josh. Hey, Josh the fox. There he is. Awesome. Welcome, guys. He is Yosh or Josh. So, guys, I'm so happy y'all are all here tonight. Right off the bat, I want to get to the burning question in my mind, and probably Paul's, probably whoever else is watching. Explain how you came up with a name. It's pretty obvious, maybe. Yosh and Yimmy, first of all. Whoever wants to take over that.
Well, I guess I can explain it.
Okay.
We were, I mean, the short answer, basically, Jimmy can probably elaborate on this, but there's an artist that we both love. He's the singer for My Morning Jacket. His name's Jim James, but when he goes solo, he goes by Yimmy Yames. And so he had just changed the J's to Y's. And that's where we kind of got the idea. We kind of stole that idea. But before we got there, like, we were just playing shows together. Before we started writing music together, we just played shows together, and it was just Josh and Jimmy, and we just thought that was kind of boring. And so to spice it up a little bit, we just added Y, or changed the J's to Y's, and we're just like, yeah, just go with Yosh and Yimmy, and we just kept it like that, always thinking that we were going to change it to something else, but then it just kind of stuck. So
yeah, we played at a show in Houston one time, and someone came up to us and said the only reason he came out to the show is because of our name. And it was like right then, I was like, okay, we're keeping it Yosh and Yimmy. So
yeah, because they're
well, good thing it wasn't a K, because it'll be Kush and Kimmy.
That would have been interesting, right? Wow. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people are curious, just like I was, because the East and the Crow are the ones that told us about you, and I was so thrilled that they did. And they said Yosh and Yimmy, and of course, right away I was like, Yosh and Yimmy? And I had no idea what to expect, honestly, like none. I didn't know where you were from, if you were from another country.
I feel like people think we're a comedy duo. I feel like that people might think we're a comedy duo or something. I don't know.
Yes, I was expecting Amish with the the little side things with the beret. I had all kinds of stuff going through my head when I heard that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you never know.
Too far off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to go on here and make sure we're on public so people can comment. I'm not having much luck. Hold on. I'm getting it. I'm going to get it eventually. My phone is
the things this woman goes through is crazy.
I'm telling you, I have so much.
She's technically challenged.
Hey, I'm doing a lot better than I used to.
Yeah. But yeah, you're still over there clicking on your phone.
Go do it. Paul, can you go make sure the post is set to public? It's not letting me.
How do you do that?
You just click on the little dots.
Oh, okay.
It's not letting me. That's weird. I've never had that issue. Of course, there's always one new thing that happens that I'm like, what? I've never seen that. I tried to do it beforehand, and this time it's like, no, I'm not going to let you. So in order for us to see the chats, it has to be set to public. So I can still see them here. So I'd love it if someone would comment, make a comment in the chat so I can make sure it's working. Thank you so much.
Jimmy left a comment, but it says at the top private chat on the top.
Yeah, that's the other one, Jimmy. There.
Okay.
I see a dot. I see a red dot.
Well, there's one.
Okay, so Daniel is able to comment. I like that. Cool. And he paired.
There.
Thank you, Daniel, for pairing. Now, Daniel, you're pairing, so you shared and paired. That's our new saying, share and pair. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you that you can see that. I guess it's set to public. Anybody else? I'm just trying to make sure before we keep going because we have so much to talk about. I don't want anyone to miss out on anything. Okay, I guess we're good to go. Paul, were you able to set it to public? It's the first time I've ever had that happen.
Yeah, I'm trying to log in right now.
Weird. So weird. Anyway, wow. Okay. So I am super excited to have you all here tonight. Thank you so much for everyone who's tuning in and viewing and listening. Yep, I'm Josh's mom. Well, hello, Ellen. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Oh, what a beautiful baby. Oh, gosh. What a precious baby. I know it's the best thing in the world, the babies.
My grandson. Yeah.
Oh, man. The babies, they grow up so fast, before you know it, they're grown. So we have someone over here, Sestress or Sestress. Interesting name. I like it. I like it a lot. So, guys, why don't y'all tell us a little bit about yourself? Let's start with Jimmy. Let's start with Jimmy. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
I've been playing music basically my entire life. I'm also a journalist, filmmaker, writer. Pretty much anything that deals with words, I've been a part of forever. So, I don't know. What's something interesting about me, Josh?
That's pretty interesting all on its own.
That's pretty interesting already.
Man, put me on the spot.
Yeah.
You've won awards for your films.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a big deal.
I actually, one of the early on in the Yosh and Yimmy, universe, Jimmy invited me down to record some music of mine, some old songs for one of his movies, for one of his films, which is a really cool experience going into the studio and trying to not only like record, one of my old songs, but also collaborate and try to create some instrumental music, the kind of music that goes behind the scenes, that kind of in the background of a scene, and just kind of be a part of that was really cool. So
wow.
Yeah, Jimmy's an awesome director. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So are there any movies that we may have heard of or seen? I mean, quite possibly.
I basically have done nothing but short films and music videos. But I've got a couple feature film scripts that have been optioned or in the works. So, but yeah, wow. I'm mostly on the independent side that, just under the radar.
That is okay. I mean, I think that's amazing. In fact, we have a cinematographer scheduled for the end of the month, I think, because that's very interesting to us as well, because all of those things are things that you're passionate about. And so therefore we love to talk about them on the show, because that's why we developed this show, wasn't it, Paul? For passions that people have, whether it be songwriting, writing books, making films, any of those things are included. So I think that's wonderful. Wow. And don't say just, because that's a big deal. Not everybody can do all the things that you're doing. Wow, you should be really proud. And the way you sing, Paul, did you get to hear a little bit of their music yet? I know you did.
I like being surprised. Okay, it's already set to public, so everybody should be able to do this.
Good, yes.
It took me forever. I'm listening to the conversations and I want to input, but I'm like, my brain is.
I understand. Yeah.
No, I hadn't had a chance to listen to any music because I like being surprised.
Yes.
Because then I can actually get into it. I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then I can come back and offer a bunch of ask questions and really get into it. Movie producing is awesome. I have a little bit of experience with music, screenwriting. So I have a little bit of experience doing that. We did a Star Wars fan film up in Killeen, and that's where I got my stuff in.
Nice.
That is so awesome, man. That's really
awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool, Jimmy.
So what you said you do short films. What kind of short films do you do? Like horror, documentaries?
I've done mostly drama, basically dramas, a few comedies.
You did a horror film. I saw one of your horror shorts.
I'm working. We're in pre-production on a horror film also. That'll be
that's awesome.
Production later this year, and that's going to probably be one of the biggest productions I've ever done. So we're kind of excited for that one.
You do screenplay? Hit me up because I have ideas out the wazoo.
Yeah, Paul does. Paul is also he's a sci-fi author, and he's got a whole series.
Fantasy, sci-fi.
Fantasy. It's really good. I mean, he really
horror,
is. He's read some really great
thriller.
books. And now he's gone into the songwriting side of things. He started doing that too. He just does everything. He's one of those so creative. He just wants to dabble in everything. It sounds very similar to what you're doing, and that's great, man. Multi-talented. So, what about you, Josh? Tell us a little bit about yourself. And I know you have a lot more to tell us, Jimmy, but we'll get back to you in a minute. So, Josh, tell us about your great things.
I'll try to sum it up as quickly as I can. Yeah. I mean, I got started in music playing punk rock. Like, so for the first 3 years, I was just in a 3-piece punk rock band, and then gradually evolved to the acoustic guitar, and doing lots of power chords, and then eventually got into this thing called live looping. So I was downtown catching a friend of mine's show, and I knew of him, but I hadn't really seen him play. But he started off playing a violin, and he was looping. He basically tapped the pedal on the floor and looped this violin, and then he set the violin down, and then he picked up a guitar and started playing the guitar. And I was like, it was a light bulb that went off, and I was just like, that's what I want to do. And I just got heavily into looping. I tried several different looping pedals. I finally landed on this one called the Boomerang Phase 3, and I just spent hours in my room just practicing and just developing, these loops and experiments, and all of these experiments kind of evolved and progressed into songs that I released back in 2016 under the name Josh Glenn Experiment. The name of the album is Orange Moon, and I released that album like the year before, or the year after I met Jimmy. So I was already in production on this album, and Jimmy actually makes a cameo appearance on it. And then Jimmy was actually recording his last solo album, So Much Stuff, So Many Things. And I actually made a cameo on his album. And so we had already begun like helping each other out with each other's music kind of before we even came up with a band named Yosh and Yimmy. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. And then a little fun fact about myself is I'm a huge disc golf nerd. If that makes any sense to you.
So yes, well, because we have a disc golf course out here in Beeville at the 200-acre park, and my husband said he used to disc golf years and years and years ago, and I think that's pretty cool because I've never even seen anybody play it, but that's pretty cool. It's pretty big right now, huh?
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, like I right now I watch more of it. Like there's professional coverage on YouTube. Several production companies like cover it, and there's players out there that are making millions of dollars like playing disc golf. And
really?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
oh my gosh,
one of the fastest growing sports.
I've never seen any of it until we come home from gigs and he puts on disc golf and I'm slowly
So for everybody out there who does not know what disc golf is, basically it's a frisbee and you have a basket like way far away, and then you just throw the frisbee as hard as you can and as far as you can, and you're trying to make it inside the basket. That's what disc golf is. My wife got me into it.
Yeah, my husband was telling me that you use different weight frisbees, just like you would like a putter or I was like, what? I thought it was just a frisbee. I'm like,
no, it gets so detailed. There's weight. There's frisbees have different weights to it. And I have, I think we have like 20 different disc golf frisbees, and they're weighted a certain distance. It's crazy.
Oh, I didn't know you played that too. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to go back. Wow, that sounds like fun. It really does. I doubt I could do it.
yeah, and I would, I could go on and on and on. So.
Well, it's something you're really passionate about. Man, that's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to go back to the looping comments because we had a young man on our
Yeah.
radio show by the name of Sir William. Do you know him? He's the one that introduced me to it. I think it was called looping. He was doing different sounds. I think he's from Corpus. Wasn't he from Corpus, Paul? Do you recall? I think so. He plays a lot of local shows.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was. It was so cool to watch.
Was he the DJ at
No,
over here?
No, you're
somebody else. Okay,
else. But we were watching.
Okay. Yeah.
We were watching a live show on YouTube of Ed Sheeran, and he was using these huge pedals, and he loops everything, and I didn't know that. So let me see. Joanna said, "Yosh and Yimmy, I will see you guys this weekend in Corpus Christi on my birthday." What?
Okay, where are you going to be playing in Corpus? Because I didn't know y'all played in Corpus.
I remember Joanna.
We'll be playing it on Thursday at House of Rock.
Oh,
yeah, House of Rock. Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah,
what time?
With the band that we're playing with. Oh, it starts at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is when the doors open, and then we're not sure if there's a opening act. There's supposed to be. What?
Sorry, we should be more informed about our shows here.
That's okay. Actually, you know what? I have it right here. I don't know if it says the name. Now that you said that, House of Rock, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. It just says.
Yeah.
Actually, roughly, it says live in concert.
Yeah, the music is going to probably start closer to 9 o'clock.
Okay, so clever.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
And I do a show on Thursday, so I probably have the show. We can get done and run over there somewhere if we have good internet.
Oh yeah, let's just run to Corpus for
it's an hour away. Just
it's
show up
nice
and do the gigs. Yes, Joanna. Joanna, your name sounds familiar. I think maybe not. We see so many people.
So, I think they were at our.
Do y'all have something this weekend or just Thursday?
Nothing this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, but y'all start your tour. Yeah, yes, that's what I was going to say. They start a tour on the 1st. Actually, the 30th is the first night of your tour, isn't it?
The 30th, yeah.
The House of Rock on the 30th. And then, Paul, you should see all of these places they're going. I was like, my gosh, that's a lot of places. They're doing their 2022 Yive in Concert Summer Tour.
Y'all are redoing this. You're redoing this whole Y thing, aren't you?
I think it's cool.
Why?
I think it's really cool.
Because we're live.
Definitely makes you distinctive, although you already are distinctive with your sound. I can't wait for people to hear your songs. Man, that's pretty cool. You're playing all the way from, let's see, here's North Dakota, South Dakota. Colorado, right? Am I right? Wyoming, Colorado.
Guys.
You're going everywhere. Nashville, Tennessee. Dallas, Bandera, because I guess you're going to be hitting a couple coming back.
Yeah, we're coming back.
Wow.
Yeah, we're just a big Midwest loop.
Yeah. That is so cool, man. Is this going to be your first tour or since you've done more, right? Before?
It'll be the first since COVID. Yeah.
Yeah. COVID it really messed up everything. Yeah. Thursday. Wow. Yay. Joanna said Thursday. Yay. Joanna, I like that. Thursday. I don't know if I've heard that. I can't believe I haven't, but welcome, Joanna. Thank you. She said, LOL, North Dakota need Yosh and Yimmy too. Sounds so shocked. I know. It just sounds weird because I'm like, North Dakota?
Yeah.
Everybody needs them a little Yosh and Yimmy.
We're bringing it to everybody.
Yes. Right. Oh, my gosh. So tell us about how long y'all have been playing together. I'm really curious.
Well, I guess it's not a tough question, but we met in 2015 when I was coming back from another national tour of mine, and his longtime girlfriend, who I knew from high school, we were good high school friends, she reached out and said, hey, can you get my boyfriend a gig and down in Corpus? And so I said, sure, he can open for me for my last gig on the tour, which I was playing back down in Corpus. And then he got up on stage and blew me away with his looping and everything. And I basically, since then, I'm like, I'm going to play every show with you, or try to at least. And so it's kind of been kind of like that. We started out where we would trade, like he would play a set and I'd play a set, or vice versa. And then slowly we started playing songs together and writing songs together. And it just, by happenstance.
Yeah.
You know? I think we started to really take it seriously around 2017, roughly.
I think so. Yeah, we were playing a lot of shows together in 2016, and we were also still in the middle of recording our solo albums.
Yeah.
Was I recording mine first, and then you were finishing yours, or was it the other? Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. So I think we were doing that. We were both kind of focused on our own projects, but we were definitely that first show, like where Jimmy invited me down to Corpus to open for him. It was a mutual respect for each other's music. I saw Jimmy play. He was playing with this girl Sheridan, who plays cello, and it was just him and this cello player, and I was just fascinated with that, and I love that sound. I'm a big singer-songwriter. I love Damian Rice and all of those old folk artists, Bright Eyes, Conor Oberst, and
I wouldn't consider those old folk artists, but yes, yeah.
Now, like 20 years, they 20 years and they become classic. Is that how it works?
I guess so.
I don't know.
I think so. And what genre would y'all classify your music? To me, it sounds folkish. What do you classify your music as?
I've been calling it indie folk with a little bit of Americana.
Yeah,
I guess.
I think indie folk it's kind of borderline. There are some Americana, elements in there. I wouldn't call it 100% pure Americana, but it's it's definitely indie folk, and it's just kind of broadly. I've heard some people say it's just kind of a mixed.
Wow. Well, I love the way it sounds. I already know everybody listening and going back and watching later is going to love your sound. So Joanna said, is that the same cello on the new album? Good question, Joanna.
Oh, no.
I wish. Unfortunately, Sheridan had moved to Austin by the time we were working on this. And we actually, our producer, Mason Shirley, he knew a couple cello players in Nashville that he sent the tracks to, and they recorded the tracks in Nashville.
Yeah.
So, and sent them back to us. All virtual.
Those songs. Yeah, they were. I was so happy when I heard the cello parts on those songs. It just blew me away, and just really took the song to another level. So I was really happy with how those turned out.
Oh my gosh. Well, I was blown away, honestly, when we heard your first note. First time y'all came together on the song, my husband and I looked at each other with our mouths just gaping like, oh my God. Honestly, I got goosebumps immediately. I was like, oh, these guys are so good. Paul, you are going to be like blown away.
I'm excited now to listen to this stuff.
You have got
I'm excited for his reaction, because I'm pretty sure after the song he's going to be like, eh.
No, he won't. I know Paul. And let me do y'all both on all of these songs, and you can tell me one at a time, but let's kind of get started. You can give me an idea. So the first song is called Breathe Again. Did you both have a hand in writing the lyrics for this?
I believe I wrote that one, right? Yeah.
Jimmy wrote that one, yeah.
I wrote that several years ago, and I sent him a demo. And when I sent it to him, I said, "Don't worry about the lyrics. We'll fix them later, because they're really silly." And we never fixed the lyrics exactly.
We never fixed them. Yeah, I remember looking at them and just being like, "Yeah, it's kind of silly," and I was like trying to think of some other, like maybe like another direction to go. But like, even though like the lyrics were kind of silly, they all kind of like worked together. Like the verses kind of like I didn't want to change one thing, because then it would just mess up the other verses.
Yes, absolutely.
And so it was just
go back and change.
Like, we're just gonna keep this as it is, and like it's just one of those songs that I just came on and I sing harmony on it, and I sing in kind of a higher register and kind of push my voice a little bit. But it's a really fun song to sing, and and a fun song to play for sure. So
I'm excited for everyone to hear it.
The fun fact for this one, the way we got the real deep bass sounds, or the big kick sounds, we actually we were trying to experiment with different things in the studio, and we ended up like banging on guitar cases. Should probably go more into this after we hear it, but you'll hear these like big kick sounds, and then but that's a bunch of it's Chris Reed is actually doing the kick, the guy who played percussion for us, and then but it's also augmented with our pounding on the guitar cases, and me nearly like losing feeling in my hands. So it was, it was
a
challenge.
That's commitment. All I know is as
Uh,
soon as it starts, I was like, whoa. Oh my gosh. And I use this is the song that I use to make your little commercial so people can get just a little glimmer.
Oh yeah.
And you know, y'all are so good. It almost doesn't even, and I know the biggest thing is the lyrics, right? But y'all are so good. I think I would sit here and listen to you saying the same thing over and over, you know, where it didn't even make any sense at all because it just sounds so beautiful. Really. It's just literally, you know, that now I know why they came up with that sound, that saying, it's like music to my ears. That's what I think. So y'all ready to play that song, or I'll play it? And
okay. I was like, oh,
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't know we were playing that. I was like, go grab my guitar.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I meant to say, are y'all ready for me to play that? And I use y'all a lot. Sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is Yosh and Yimmy's, or Josh and Jimmy's first song. By the way, very important. Your album drops tomorrow, right?
That's correct.
Yes. Right. So we want to keep talking about that. It is called Three Rivers, which I want to find out about that. Let's play this first song first. Here we go. This is Breathe Again. Ready to be like, what? Okay, here we go. Sorry, I shouldn't put words in your mouth or thoughts in your mouth. Or whatever.
Yeah.
In your mouth.
Thoughts in your head.
Thoughts in your head. That's it. That's better, right, Paul? Yeah. Okay, here we go. We'll be right back while this plays.
Sold your soul to that devil that came to you as you bled. Now the damage is done. You're desperate, full of a man. Nobody can live forever buried in the sand. So forgive yourself, you silly, cowardly man. All it takes is to breathe again. So just breathe again. So just breathe again. So just breathe again. Mona Lisa has some flaws. The Beatles wrote a few bad songs. So don't let it get you down and out, my friend. Rhyme and reason have no season in a time of chaos. So that all don't make sense now. That's alright, my man. All it takes is to breathe again. So just 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 breathe again. Breathe again. So just breathe again. So just breathe again. So just breathe again. Breathe again. So just
All right. Man, I love that song, and I don't think it's silly at all. Wasn't that great, Paul? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and I like the way it says silly. Three Rivers available everywhere, June the 24th. Folks, that's tomorrow. Woohoo!
Yep.
I can't yell very loud like I used to be able to. So, Paul, were you like amazed? I was amazed when I heard that.
I'm trying to figure out how you went from pop to folk.
I know. Yeah, gosh, that sounds
That's a
so
big
good.
jump.
I know.
And then you had was that an electric ukulele? What was that? That little small instrument.
It was a combination of both electric and ukulele.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Good eye on that, Paul.
Yeah, that was
you know me. I watch videos, and I see.
I'm sorry. Did I say ukulele? It's electric and banjo is what it was. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
So I want to show y'all what
playing the ukulele in the video.
Wow.
Yeah, there was the video image of me playing the ukulele, but that video was basically all the footage compiled at our San Antonio CD release show. Our friend Jake Gonzalez, he's our videographer, and he took all of that footage all in one night, and then Jimmy edited it all together, and we kind of released that as the Breathe Again music video. So even though like you see images of me playing the ukulele in there, I'm not actually playing the ukulele in that particular song, but yeah, it was just more kind of like imagery and just kind of capturing like a live performance by the two of us. So, but absolutely. I loved how that all came together.
Yeah, it looks really, I love the way it sounds too. And it helps to have a cinematographer and a person that makes, that's nice. That's really nice. Sometimes you're like, I wish I would do all this, I bet. So let me read some of these comments real quick. Let me put them up here so we can read them.
I always like to,
oh, Tiffany is, or the other? Okay, hold on. She said, I love that the video is done at the 502. This song is beautiful. I can't wait to see it again. See y'all live again. Y'all are a musical breath of fresh air. Yes, I agree with you, Tiffany. Sorry, it blocks me right there.
We love the Pippins. Thank you, Tiffany.
Yes, that is so nice. Let me see. We have another one here. I want to make sure this is a long one. Make sure we get them all. So it says, hello all, good fact. J&J.
Cool fact.
Oh, sorry. Boy, I'm blind. Cool fact. Cool fact. J&J have a Facebook page called CC Songwriters, which I am part of. Yes, I am too, actually. I've never done anything with it, but I belong to it. It's a great place I use to showcase my songs. Just wanted to wish them well on their tour, and you will see me soon at your music rounds at the Surf Club soon. Thank you. Or look. Gosh,
thanks, Robert.
Gosh, that's very nice, Robert. Oh, that's Robert Garcia. I didn't even realize who it was. Yes, and Robert is going to be coming on our show. We had to switch his date. I think it's July. What's your date, July? I forgot, Robert. I have too many people in my brain. Yeah. Robert is a great guy. I'm really excited about having him on. And then we have Jay Kinderwater. That's a cool name. She says, I'm watching. He says, Kinderwater. That's pretty cool, right?
Kinderwater. It's German.
Let's see. Oh, it's V. It's a V. Gosh, I obviously need to make this full screen. Okay, yeah, Robert. So the 14th.
He's a coworker of mine too. Like we're good pals in the Starbucks.
Nice.
The Starbucks that I work at. So.
That's nice.
What's up, Jay? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us. Paul, what would you like to talk? Ask the guys. Anything you want to ask them?
I was about to ask you. Do y'all have like a day job, or is this your full time gig? Y'all just do music.
Oh yeah. So I work at a coffee shop at Starbucks during the day, and I do it, for the minimum 20 hours. So I get health benefits and dental.
Good.
And it's just a fun thing to do during the day, and I've been working there for going on 15 years, and the company allows me to. I know. The company allows me time to have off each year, to go on tour, play music, and I can pretty much ask for any day off, and I'll get it. So like I'm always asking for. They know me. They know I'm a musician. I actually play at a lot of Starbucks events. We have an open forum every year, and well, not in the last couple of years, but I would perform at the open forums, and but yeah, they're really they work with my schedule, and so it's
I still think we should.
That's really cool.
About some sponsorship. Just saying.
I know. I'm going to reach out and see if Starbucks will sponsor our tour, at least our coffee addiction.
You know what? I would think that they probably. I would think that they probably would do that. Honestly, they may consider that because you're there anyway. I mean, it seems to me that they would be happy to jump on board with that one.
Just give us a $500 gift card.
Yeah.
And we'll take the $500 gift card and we'll buy. It'll sustain us for a month.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it
That's all
could.
we need.
It could, or just tell them.
That's right.
Yeah, or give you the cash.
That would be good.
That would probably be okay.
So
are you considered a barista or a baristo?
A barista. I call myself, so a lot of the baristas have green aprons, but I've done the extra step of becoming a coffee master, where we get a black apron. So I like to tell people that I'm a black belt in coffee. So
I'm gonna have to come see you at Starbucks because
now this is pretty cool. I didn't know that going to Starbucks you have to look at the aprons to find out are you a coffee master, and then if they're in black, you're like, hey, you're the coffee master. I want you to make the coffee.
Yeah, if you got the black apron, watch out. You're gonna get a killer captain.
And Joanna said free Starbies at Yosh and Yimmy shows. Woo! Now that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Wow.
That would be Starbucks Presents, Yosh.
Yes, Starbucks Presents. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They should. You know what? Honestly, you should mention it to them probably because that would be good business for them. Because first of all, you've worked for them for so many years. I would sure do it. I'd say, hey, we need you to sponsor us. I'm not even joking. I would definitely do it. And what about you, Jimmy? What do you do during the daytime, or do you have another job? I know you do so many other things. How could you possibly?
I've been in journalism for several years. I was an editor for a couple newspaper magazines. Recently, I'm back to freelancing, and I'm working on our production company, making promo videos and music videos and things like that for clients. So, just that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not a coffee ninja or anything.
No, but that's okay. You do a lot of great things, man. That's really cool. So if people, because we have a lot of people that watch Carolyn's Corner Live that do need music videos. If they needed something like that, could they then reach out to you, or do you just have specific? You just do it on people you know.
No, please reach out to us. We're always looking up for new clients for sure.
There you go. That's awesome.
What's the name of the company?
Sleight Productions is the name of the company. Sleight of hands. SLEIT.
Oh, okay. I thought you said sleight. Yeah, very cool. That's perfect, isn't it, Mr. Magician Paul?
That's right.
Paul, in addition to being an author and now a songwriter and learning guitar, he was also a magician. So Paul is like the master of everything. If there was a black belt in everything, he would have it, wouldn't you, Paul?
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Well, I don't know. What he does is he masters something and then he moves on to something else. Man, y'all are both really interesting. It's really cool. I can tell you really love entertaining. I bet y'all put on a good show. I bet you're funny. I saw we had a visit from the Fox when the show first started. Jokes.
Yeah.
Does the Fox ever make his appearance on stage?
No. Currently,
not stage, but at the merch booth.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have
at the what? I'm sorry.
The merch
That'd be too hot to put a cotton. That's like Slipknot style. And woof.
Oh, cool.
So this
is
Ruth.
So cool.
Foxy Ruth.
Foxy Ruth.
Ruth has been going on tour with me since 2015.
She's so foxy. What does the Ruth say?
Look
at that. And that is also the cover of your upcoming album, your album that's coming out tomorrow. Yosh and Yimmy, right? I can't remember what it says. I can't see it. Oh my gosh. I swear I need to make my screen bigger. I'm going blind. Man, that's cool. I like that a lot. What do you think, Paul? You should do something like that. Have a mascot. Remember when y'all had your they had a place, a vape store a few years ago here in Beeville, and they called it Piggy Vapes. And remember y'all had a big pig.
Yeah, we had the piggy mask that I wore. Yeah, we actually went into the bar with the piggy mask on and sang Three Little Pigs.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Little Pig.
The green jelly version.
Insane. I was laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. I like that. That's your little prop. I like it, guys. I like it a lot. Let me go back to I put it on big screen because I can't see it anymore. So
I moved her off to the side.
Do what? I'm sorry, honey. Do what, Josh? I couldn't hear
I just said I moved Foxy Ruth off to the side. I thought you were trying to look for her. And I was just
well, she'll be okay there for a little bit. We'll let her come back out in a little bit and get to know her. Maybe we'll do a little interview with her. That would be hilarious.
She doesn't talk.
She doesn't
Yeah,
talk. I was going to say Paul could play the
He doesn't talk.
ventriloquist. Blah.
She's pretty
I can't
quiet.
even.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
She's very shy. She's
Hi,
very shy.
everybody.
So you start your tour and your album releases basically. Well, the tour starts the 30th. That's your first spot at House of Rock. So y'all go check them out. They are touring a lot of places. You can find out all of their locations by going to yoshandyimmy.com. Is that right?
That is correct.
That's right.
Yeah, because I literally forgot what it was. I was like, if I get this right, congratulations, you won a gold star. They're going to be going all over the country. So that's pretty cool. And you also have something else I noticed. And I'm gonna bring it up. It's a tour funding campaign. Tell us a little bit about that real quick, because I think that's actually that is a great idea. Go ahead, whoever wants to jump in.
That basically came from us looking at the gas prices and going, we probably need to see if we can raise a little bit more money for this. Maybe Josh.
Oh, the Indiegogo.
Yes.
Yeah, the Indiegogo.
Yeah.
So
what are we talking about?
Do you want me to read it?
Sorry, Indiegogo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. No. Wait. What was? I don't know. Are we talking about the tour? Sorry.
Yeah, the tour funding campaign.
Yeah. So no, the gas prices are insane, and we've been itching to get back on the road, and it's just we're willing to do anything to get back on the road, and just because we just miss playing music so much, and but yeah, the most costly things are like gas, and it's continuing to go up. Staying with finding hotels and stuff like that. We are staying with a lot of friends and family along the route. We've got, I think, 22 shows in the 30 days, something like that. And we're staying with friends for, I think, about 6 or 7 of those shows. And so the rest of those, like, we're having to book, places to stay, hotels, and that all adds up. But especially the gas cost is going to be just crazy insane. So if you feel like helping us out, some struggling artists, you can go to our Indiegogo. Just go to our webpage, yoshandyimmy.com, and you can just click on the link right there, and you can just throw us a few bucks if you want. So
do that.
It all ends up. Yeah.
Yeah. So really Christopher said, "Jack of all trades is a master of none, but often is better than a master of one." Full phrase. One full phrase.
Oh, that's a reference earlier.
Very nice. So let's get to the next song. The next song is called "Down and Out." What would y'all like to tell us about this song? Like who wrote it? Who was basically anything you want to tell us about it?
I wrote that with a good friend of mine. Ty Dietz is his name. He's one of the best.
We're waiting for him to be available so we can get him on the show. I've heard nothing but good about him by everybody.
So he came in clutch and wrote the last 2 verses and a few other parts of the song. So
nice.
It's kind of an upbeat ditty about being sad. It's kind of about us being artists and doing our best work when we are down and out. So that's kind of where that came from.
Absolutely. So thank you, Paul. Paul just put your link up here for us. Let me see here.
See, that's what I'm good for. I'm good for finding links, for finding information.
You're good at everything. Let me see if it'll.
There we go.
Did it show?
Copy, paste.
There it is. I got it. No, I had it. I just didn't know if it was up
there. It is.
How did we get it to scroll?
There you go.
I don't know how you got to scroll.
Wow.
Like a news bulletin.
They just added this. This is called a ticker.
This
just in. It has nothing to do with me. Man, I'm good. Look at that. I made it scroll across the screen. Okay, so it's called a ticker.
Yosh and Yimmy are on tour.
I know. See there? Now
go to the website and donate some money for gas.
That's their ticker. I didn't know we had a ticker.
There you go.
Very cool. So let's go to the next song. Honestly, that's never been there. I was like, what is that? All right, so the next song we have is Down and Out. I'm excited to hear this. And Paul, you ready?
I am ready. Oh, I haven't got off my voice yet.
Go back to regular, Paul.
This probably has the most instrumentation than any song, I think, on the album.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a lot of people that helped us out with this one. Yeah, it's a fun one.
Nice. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's Down and Out by Yosh and Yimmy. Here we go.
life's better when you're down and out.
Wow, I really like that song. I like that a lot. That's got a cool vibe to it. And I saw that. Let me go back here to the chat. Joanna said she listens to this before work in the morning. I guess it's morning in the mornings.
All right.
You gotta
It's a
see
good
that.
song to get you going.
Get you moving. Yeah, I really, really like that. It's like, come on, get up. Life's better when you're down and out. It doesn't matter. We're all going through the same thing.
Definitely the most Americana song on the album.
Yeah,
it's a cool song. Yeah. It's so funny in the video. You see the capo, it jumps from your guitar to his guitar, just like that. It's amazing.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh, you have such good vision. And Joanna also said it's true life gets more interesting. Yes.
That's right.
And let me see. And the video was shot and directed by Greg. Is it Risley or Risley?
Risley.
Yeah. Wow, great job. That was a really great job. Great song, great video.
The videography is awesome.
I know. Really, really good. Really good. Man, I like that song.
And I love how y'all wrote TX and then scratched it out and put CCTX and then ripped it. I like
that's my favorite. That's my favorite part of the whole video.
Yeah,
really?
Because I live in San Antonio and Jimmy lives in Corpus, and so that part of the song, it's like CCTX, not ATX. And we played it when we played our CD release show in San Antonio. We were singing that live, and I didn't tell Jimmy, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna like when it came to that line, I was like, SATX, not ATX. Like, so I was representing San Antonio, but so I was singing over him like we were clashing like there. But that's one of my favorite.
That song may be the reason why we don't get booked in Austin. I'm not sure.
Well, I hope
never
not.
really thought about it. Yeah.
Man, it's a really good song. I really like that song. Honestly, it's just upbeat. I love the sound of it. Let's see. Joanna says it's hard to pick, but that's one of my faves. You know what? Me too, Joanna. So far. And I like all of them. I do, all of them that I've heard. But I like the feel of that. It just has a good vibe to it, and it sounds really good. Man, I like the way you alternate better. And y'all sound so good together. Don't they, Paul? Their harmonies are just, golly.
I think I remember seeing Jimmy play that song before.
What?
I remember you playing this song. I think I remember seeing Jimmy play this song like before I actually played on it, and it was just different. And then Jimmy was singing all the part like where he and I are going back and forth. Like Jimmy was just singing all of those parts because it was just him. And and then when we started playing it and coming up with
when I originally wrote it, it was completely different from anything I'd ever done before. It was like a little more on the countryside, and I really did that kind of stuff. So I was actually trying to get it in, like have Ty play it or have a couple of other country artists that I knew cover it or play it, and never really worked out. So finally we started playing as Yosh and Yimmy, and I said, let's try this out. And it works best, I think.
Yeah, that's how a lot of our songs went. Yeah, like that was an old song of yours, and then like an old song of mine was like Without a Barrier, one of the oldest songs of mine. Like I tried to release that song like years ago, and it just didn't feel right. I just felt like I don't know if I'm ever going to release this song. I love this song, and then you came along, and then I showed it to you, and like you started playing this like, don't you like use drop D or something on that song?
Oh yeah.
Like you drop and so you play this different riff on top of it, and you harmonize, and so just all these like old song of ours that we've kind of like like reimagining them and just
brought them back to life,
creating them as Yosh and Yimmy, and that's what this first album is like just a lot of our old stuff that we've kind of brought to the table and kind of made them Yosh and Yimmy songs, and so.
Yeah, well, I think it's so amazing and great that you have each other. I mean, because you're a team, so you can do that. You can say, "What do you think of this? Let's do this." That's what it's all about. So Joanna said you were waiting for your other Yelf.
Yeah,
I think you meant Yelf.
Other half.
Yeah.
Instead of half, Yaff.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I don't get it. I'm sorry. I get the why though, Joanna. Just ignore me.
The other half.
It's a play on Yosh and Yimmy.
No, I understand that.
So it's yaff, like half.
Yeah. Yes, I got you.
Half? Got it?
I understand that.
I got it.
I understand that.
Didn't get it.
So yeah, half yaff, LOL. No, I got that. I think I said it wrong, is what I meant.
Oh.
I thought it was spelled wrong. No, I knew that. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my God. I really like that song. It's got a cool feel. It's almost like a bluegrass style in a way, too.
A little bit.
Down and out.
Yeah. Ty Dietz actually plays harmonica on it, so
Ty Dietz is the best harmonica player I know.
Yeah, I've got to get him on our show. Y'all need to hook me up. He's been so busy. He's got standing gigs every Wednesday and Thursdays. Otherwise, we would have already had him on.
I'm pretty sure he plays 7 nights a week. We're pretty close to it.
Yeah, because everybody has. We had Bo Walker on from Kingsville, and he was going on and on about him too. He said, "Man, if you can get him," I said, "Believe me, I'm trying. I've got him on. I've got his contact info, but he's just been so busy." We knew what you meant. No worries. Thank God. I don't know. I'm the oldest one here, so I have an excuse. My brain's not working right anymore. So we have of course, we have more songs. The next one is called Proof. Tell us about that one. Yeah, the entire album. Good question. Hold on. Joanna said, so the entire album will release on Spotify tomorrow. That's a question. Yes, that's
right. Technically at midnight tonight.
Midnight tonight, it'll be on Spotify or on all digital platforms. Right. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, nice. And there is Paul's wife, Miss Crystal, sneaking in, peeking around the corner. Hi, Crystal.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, hi.
Good.
Good. Did you get to hear them already? Do they sound great?
Yes, I was just listening to them.
Man, I love their sound. They sound so
good.
Yeah, it sounds really good. So we're about to listen to this next song, Proof. Y'all want to tell us a little bit about this song? Yeah. How it came to be? Or...
I started writing this one. This is the first song I wrote on a ukulele. And I was inspired by a trip I took out to visit my brother. My brother's in the Air Force, and he's stationed out in England, just north of Cambridge. And I was over there for 2 weeks, and we spent some time out. We drove, or I guess under the English Channel into, we made our way to Switzerland, where we went hiking up this mountain. I had my big backpack on, my brother had his, and like, my brother's in really good shape. I am not. And we were hiking up this mountain and, for about 10 to 12 hours, and I was just dead. And we got to the top of the mountain, and we found this beautiful lake, this like little, I don't know, like a little shack or something. And there was smoke coming out of the chimney, and I was like, oh man, there's people there. Like, let's go check it out. So like, we're exhausted after a day's hike up in the Swiss Alps, and we go, and there's these two Frenchmen there, like, and they have a bottle of whiskey, and they have some a guitar, and so like, we're like trading shots of whiskey and trading songs on the guitar, and it's just an amazing experience, just the whole hike and everything. And so this song, I started off writing it with that in mind, and it was just basically about a walk in the woods and just kind of getting lost and getting away from the city and just trying to kind of find yourself a little bit out in nature. I'm really big into. Jimmy always likes to joke that all his songs are like heartbreak songs and relationships, and mine are about nature and gardening and stuff like that. So
I think that's cool. You put them together. Look what happens when you put them together, though. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Then you have a heartbreaking song over losing a carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I need to write that.
How about I lost my love in the woods? I lost my lover in the woods. There you go.
Yeah.
So somebody just said.
I write about other stuff.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm sorry. I was trying to get my headphones to work. They didn't want to cooperate. So I went back to this way because I think I'm having a hard time hearing y'all. So, sounds like a dream. LOL. Yes. Let me see if there's anything else I missed while I was checking my headphones.
And then
waiting on my chicken song. So Joanna said she's waiting. I'm sorry.
They're waiting on the chicken song. Yeah. The McKinley Farm on our full-length album. Yeah.
So
you'll have to wait for that song? Yeah. Yeah, no, a lot of people love the chicken song. It's become kind of a cult classic. It's the song where we introduce all all of McKinley Farms chickens. McKinley Avenue is the street I live on, my girlfriend, and we have chickens in our backyard, and so that's what she's referring to. Yeah, it's called McKinley Farm, and
we don't have that one. I would like to hear the chicken song.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
Release tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay, so y'all check it out. So she said, "I'm sorry, is Chicken Song not on the new album?" She said,
"It is. It is.
Awesome. Well, darn it, I wish I would have known. See, I wish I would have known, Joanna. Sorry about that. So let's get to this next song, Proof. And I'm sorry about the little disruption there. I was trying to get, like I said, my headphones. My mixer just decided it's not going to come on. So we'll just keep it like this. Paul, you can, if I can't hear them, I go, you just fill it in. Okay, here we go. This is called Proof, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to be astounded. I love the way y'all sound. Let me find the right one. There it is. Here we go.
Walking through the woods with my brother. The fog was so thick, couldn't see the land. We continued our hike, always climbing upward. The top is where we plan to stand. With our heads held high, we'll dig our heels in. We started down in the valley where the river winds and the wildlife roam. We found a cave along our ascension. We took the refuge and we made a home. It's a long, cold, dark night, but in the morning the sun rose. One step more into the forest, we came upon some old raven bones. Somewhere in the trees, heard the faintest whisper. In the silence there's an unspoken love, giving us some hope, sending us along.
I like that one too, man. Very, very nice.
I like that one, and and it's funny because Paulina up here says totally in love with Yosh and Yimmy, sharing you with my Facebook cards. I'm gonna tell you something about Paulina real fast. Paulina was into Tolkien, and she did this whole thing with Lord of the Rings and stuff. And I guarantee you that she was able to take this song and really get into the Tolkien thing, because it's funny because it was like the whole thing, and then you're able to use your vibrato in it, and I guarantee you she saw Tolkien, Lord of the Rings in that song. I don't know why, I just have it. Yes,
Is that right, Paulina? Hi, by the way, Paulina. That's cool. Yeah, that's a really cool song.
Yeah, thank you.
She says hi.
Thank you. Yeah, my favorite part about that song is the hammer dulcimer at the end, that comes in on the last two choruses. Chris Reedus, who played percussion for us, he just so happened to have left. He left his hammer dulcimer in the studio from a previous session, and we were in there. We were like, "Hey, what is that?" And he was like, "Oh, it's a hammer dulcimer. And he set it up. Super nice, the nicest dude ever.
Say. What is it?
And he set it up. It's so it's think of like if you were to open the back of a piano and all the strings that are attached to each of the keys. It's like if you took like not a drumstick, but like a drumstick with like a little like it's a wooden drumstick. Like think of a back scratcher, but like it's got like a little curve on it. So it's like you're hitting the back of these, or you're hitting the strings with these sticks, like basically. And so it's like part piano, part percussion, part, I don't know, how would you describe it, Jimmy? Like almost like a harpsichord, but like you lay down on flat and you're playing it. There's probably a lot of people who could explain it better than me. Yes, it's a stringed instrument. Thank you, Joanna.
Yeah, like a piano, it is a mixture of a string instrument and a percussion instrument.
12 string. So yeah, because the strings are like there's a thicker string and a lighter string like right next to each other that you're hitting. So like you get these really cool like tones that are like octaves like from each other like at the same time. So it's this really cool sound, and it really just elevates that song when it and just evolves to that big crescendo at the end. And I love how it starts off like real simple with the ukulele, and then it just kind of builds up into this like semi big crescendo. And I love how that song came out.
Yeah, it came out really beautiful. Y'all should be so proud. Every one of your songs so far, I've really, really liked. So Paulina said, "Wow, what an instrument!" Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think you're right on that, Paulina.
It's quickly become one of our favorite instruments for sure.
Absolutely.
So what's it called again?
The instrument?
A hammer dulcimer.
Yeah.
Hammer dulcimer.
Hammer dulcimer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I've never heard of that, but then again.
1,000 YouTube tutorials on it, but yeah, I think there's ways you can make them yourself, but I would love to get my hands on one of those and start playing one of those. That would be amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and by the way, when Chris Reedus, he showed us the instrument, and he was like, "Do you want me to play it on one of your songs?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think it'd be great." And he was like, I think pretty quickly we were like, "Well, I think it'd work really well on Proof." And he did it, like he would have gotten it in one take, but I think there was like a mistake, like on the back end, like we didn't press record or something, or like we didn't press record in time.
Mason, our producer, had to, I think, run to the restroom.
He had to use the bathroom.
Left me in charge, and so I pressed the wrong button and had to start it all over again. But that's why I don't touch equipment.
But, me too.
But he got that in like 2 takes.
Yeah.
Wow,
you
know
that
that
2 takes.
Wow. That brings me to a question. What instruments do you guys play? I see you play the guitar. Do y'all play any other instruments?
Jimmy plays more piano than I do.
Wow.
And I have a banjo hanging on the wall.
Do you?
So, I mean, Jimmy is probably
sound like me, Josh. I have a guitar on the wall. No, I brought it down off the wall now.
Wrote one.
Shadows on the Wall, we actually started writing it on the banjo, and then it turned into something else.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. No,
that's right. That started off.
Yeah.
Y'all been doing music for a long time. What got you into music in the first place? I mean, did you start as a child, or what piqued your interest, especially in songwriting? That's really what I more so want to know about, because I have such a passion for it myself. Like, what got you involved with that? What was your first, like, I'm going to be a songwriter? Did you start out writing poetry? Did you start out just really curious? Because a lot of people would like to know how you got your start.
Yeah, for me, it was, I think I told this story recently. I had to have been like 5 or 6 years old. And I remember going into an aunt's house and there being a piano there. And I still have this to this day. If I see a piano, I have to go and play it. But back then I didn't know how to play it at all. I just sat down and started like hitting the keys, and I just got drawn in. And after a few minutes, I noticed that the party, it was this huge party, like somebody's birthday party. And I noticed that the whole place was quiet. And I looked up, they're all staring at me, and they all clapped. And that was the first experience I ever had with that. And I got hooked immediately. And so I had a keyboard, and the first few things I did were on the keyboard until my cousin taught me the G and C chord on guitar. I know personally, I didn't dive into playing music with the cover songs. I know a lot of people do. My thing immediately was with the G and C chords. I wrote like 20 songs, and I've always been about the songwriting. So I don't know.
You don't know how glad I am to hear you say that, honestly, because I'm really pretty decent at G, C, and D, but my saying still is, and I've told everybody that's been on this show, if it has an F chord, I'm F'd, because I still to this day cannot play an F. I cannot. One of these days, somebody needs to show me a cheating way to play, because I can't. I've tried and tried.
There's an open way to do it.
You don't have to.
Yeah. You don't have to do the
You don't have to do the
ball. You drop down the C. Yeah, because I can't do it.
Yeah, you drop down the C and hammer in with
exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that makes me feel better knowing that your chords you started with were C and D, really, because to hear your songs now, I'm like, I mean, so there's hope for all of us. Paul's learned a lot more chords than me, and I've been trying to play for years, but he's inspired me to pick it back up and try again. But I still find myself with the C.
And the funny thing about it is
easy ones.
The funny thing about it is the other night I was messing around with a guitar and I found a Spanish song by accident. And I'm like, wait a minute, where did this come from? And I'm sitting there it's I was playing on C and E. I go from C to E, and then the way I was like, okay, I'm writing a song, so it's gonna be about.
Oh, you're writing a Spanish song now.
I am. It's about the señorita and the barista.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, for real, that's perfect.
The coffee
Josh,
master.
can you turn your light up a little bit, or a little bit more lighting, because your face got really dark?
Oh, my light.
Or was it always like that? My eyes just got dimmer. There you go. That's better. Thank you so much. I want everyone to see your lovely face. Man, that is really cool. And what was that?
That was one of my cats. I had to.
For just a split second, Josh, I swear it looked like a bear from where I was in. I'm like, Josh, do you have a bear in your living room?
Just my pet bear. Yeah.
Your pet bear? Yeah. Well, you need to keep him. Make sure you keep him chained up. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Wow. So what about you, Josh? Tell us when you started playing.
I started playing when I was when I was 14 or 15. My mom or my stepdad got my mom an acoustic guitar. It was a Siegel brand guitar for Christmas, and she started playing it, but like I showed more interest. Like I was like, oh, like I want to play it, and so like we kind of shared the guitar,
right?
And we took some guitar lessons at our local church, and I like Jimmy, like I learned the basic chords, and I learned like a few, like back when I was younger, like I was, learning more kind of like contemporary Christian songs and stuff like that. That's kind of like all I knew. And, but I quickly started just trying to write my own stuff. And like, it was a lot of like just teen angst, songs like about girls and whatnot. But, at that gradually, I learned how to play guitar on this acoustic guitar, but then quickly I switched to an electric guitar and started a punk band. Once I had enough chords and, especially the power chords, like I just wanted to play real fast music. And so I started a 3-piece punk rock band called Last to Finish. And I can tell you the name because you can't look it up. You're not going to find anything. So I'm not afraid.
That's before the internet. See, some things was better.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were born after like, like,
isn't it
1995? Like, you might have to worry about like people finding your early demos, but I don't.
Don't you think? Do y'all think like I do? Because I'm a lot older than I. Don't y'all think that's weird? To me, it is. It's like it's hard to even remember when we didn't have all of this internet and technology. It's to me, it's hard to almost remember all that. It's like it feels like it's because it's been here so long, and it's just we've been. Our kids are grown; they're literally grown up with it. So that's just crazy. So before the internet, I mean, if you tell somebody that was before the internet, a kid, they'll look at you like, "What?" You know. Man, you're really old. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess so. And in terms of the internet, oh my god,
we used to play hide and seek outside, like until it was dark. Like we had
until it got dark. Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And I need to write another song. Everybody writes songs about this. But you didn't come into your mom called you when the street lights came on. You better be home, and that's the truth. That is the truth. At least when I was a kid, I mean, it was safe to go. Now you can drive up and down the streets, even on a cool night, and I hardly ever see any kids outside playing. It is completely different. Everybody's in their rooms playing on their video games or whatever they're doing. It's kind of sad.
I mean, it's completely different for me too. Now I can remember as a kid, I was out all day long, every day during the summer. Now I'm out for 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't handle this. So I don't understand what my endurance was back then. Yeah.
I know, absolutely. It's like, and it got hotter. I swear. How did we ever do that as a kid? Because I'm like you, I can't even be out 5 minutes. Like it's so hot. Either it got hotter or we just got a lot weaker in our old age. So, Paul, what is this that you shared with me, sir?
I think that's the hammered dulcimer.
I shared the screen of the hammered dulcimer.
Okay, let me see. I don't know if I can put it on the screen. Let's see if I can.
You should. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Paul. You're awesome. So let me take this off the screen.
Yeah. That's it.
Let me take that off. Wow, interesting. Man, that's really cool looking. That's really cool looking.
Yeah, and Joanna asked like what our favorite instrument.
Yes, I was going to get to that. Yeah,
that is one of my. That's probably not my new favorite instrument, but I think anything that's like a stringed instrument, like the cello and violin, I love the sound of that, and I wish I could play that instrument because that is, I think, one of my favorite sounds of an instrument.
Well, I bet you could.
Anything with a bow.
You're already musically inclined. You could probably play it. Wow.
I love piano. I think piano is my favorite instrument.
Piano sounds so beautiful.
Bass guitar. When I was first writing music and really getting into arranging, the first thing I'd always hear was the bass part. So I started playing bass. That's one of it's probably piano, bass, and then acoustic guitar are my three favorite instruments. But acoustic guitar lost its luster for me because I've been playing it for 30 years now. So close to it.
So what about the ukulele? Because I know that last song you had the ukulele in there.
No, we need to write more. I need to write more songs on the ukulele for sure.
Yeah,
I got that ukulele from my girlfriend, and I've been playing it more than she has. But so it's technically her ukulele. But yeah, we need to write some more ukulele songs for sure because it's just carrying that one ukulele.
I just bought my daughter.
It sounds really cool.
A little ukulele.
Oh.
Wow, that's cool. Who knows, Paul? Maybe she'll be putting ukulele to some of your songs someday pretty soon. So Paulina said, I'm learning the cello now. Played the violin since 4th grade. Wow.
I actually picked up violin in the 4th grade also. I played violin from 4th through 6th grade, and then I gave it up completely. I don't even know how to put my fingers.
Oh, that's too bad. But that's what I always tell everybody. That's one of my biggest regrets that I did not take band in school because there's a lot of things that I may have remembered from that if I would have, especially just reading music. That would have been a nice thing to learn. Cello rocks.
I wish I had been in band too. I wish I had been in band, but like I did take classical guitar in my freshman year of high school, and that taught me to read music a little bit, and it taught me kind of early on how to use like the arpeggio, like the broken chord, and kind of finger picking, and that was really eye opening for me.
I just learned something because I knew that you took guitar in high school. I did also for a couple of years.
Yeah,
really.
After I got out of school, but
that's cool.
My guitar teacher was crazy. My guitar teacher, because we were freshmen, like we were like we were unruly kids. Like we would people would tap on their guitars and stuff, like just and talk to each other. And she had no patience for that. Like our teacher one day like threw a water bottle across the room and like almost hit like one of the students and like almost broke a guitar, like just kind of mocking the rest of the class, like being too loud. And she was like, "You guys need to stop, like, and focus." And she was something else. But
see, that was a sign for your future, Josh, because she knew that in the future you would need to be able to know how to play the guitar. She was psychic.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool. I think that's awesome that y'all have so many similar things. Like you both took guitar in high school. That's amazing. So let's get to this next song. Now you had said something about this song. Let me make sure I can read that. Hold on.
Oh, the Without a Barrier.
Without a Barrier. I can't even read my own writing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Without a Barrier.
This is an old.
Now you're starting to write like me.
I'm telling you, Paul, I was writing that in such a hurry. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, this is probably one of the oldest songs on the album, I think. Like, it's definitely the oldest song of mine. But I remember when I wrote it, I was really proud of it. And I think I was in my early 20s when I wrote it. And I remember being really proud of it. And it's based on a true story. It feels like a lifetime ago. But it was basically, I was dating a girl from Australia. And so when I wrote the song, like it was during the 3-month period that I was saving up money to go to Australia to visit her, and so I wrote this song about just kind of, wishing, it's basically a love song about being, oceans away from somebody that you love. And so it's the best, very, very heartfelt and yeah, it was just an old song, and I kind of, part of me thinks it's kind of cheesy, but I love the instrumentation, the simple instrumentation of it. But some years ago, I tried to record it, and when I was recording it, I won't say what studio I was at because I didn't really like the production of it, but it was too big. Like there's too much industrial sounds on it.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like how the song was represented, and so I never released it. And but then when Jimmy came along and we started playing along with it. One night we were just trading shots of whiskey and sharing some old songs of ours, and I brought that one out. And yeah, it just transformed it once Jimmy started playing on it. And
wow, isn't that
and
something?
Then we added cello.
It's probably my favorite, or one, at least top 3 favorite songs on the record, if not my favorite.
Wow.
Here's the rundown. Here's the rundown. I need to find a friend to drink alcohol with that also plays a musical instrument, so we can come up with some amazing music.
Paul, we need to learn how to play guitar better and start drinking more whiskey.
Hey, I've invited you over to my house the other day.
I know we could not. We had my grandson. When I don't have my grandson, and we miss that. Yeah, we do.
We on that topic, we have a YouTube show that we started called "Rolling the Dice" with Yosh and Yimmy,
I saw that.
Part drinking and one part playing music, and it's ridiculous. Like we'll roll the dice, and sometimes we'll make up a song on the spot. Sometimes Jimmy will have to make up a dance move, or we'll have to do some kind of drinking game. One time I had to play a song while doing a shot at the same time, and the idea of the show, each episode once we play 4 songs, then the show is over. But in between those 4 songs, we're doing a lot of ridiculous stuff. We're playing drinking games, and we're just having a good time. It's ridiculous. It's really silly. But yeah, if you go to our YouTube, you can check that out. Rolling the Dice with Yosh and Yimmy.
What is it called? Is it just under Yosh and Yimmy YouTube, or is it a special YouTube?
No, it's just our Yosh and Yimmy YouTube.
Yeah, because Joanna said, please attach link. What's the YouTube channel? And real quick, unless we want to address this after the song, Robert wants to know, what are your go-to guitars, whether recording or live? Do you have a specific guitar that you prefer over others?
I just use my guitar. Like my Takamine is the one I
just use your guitar. I've had a Taylor guitar for 20 years now, and so I've been a Taylor guy forever. But I'm think I'm looking at actually getting a guitar from a guy who makes guitars in Bandera. His name is Neil Peterson, and so I'm excited about that. Like, he builds old guitars or new guitars from old piano wood, and so that's something that
yeah, they look beautiful.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Excited to get into for sure. I just shared our YouTube channel link.
Yes, I got it. Thank you so much. Cool. I don't know if y'all can write it down real fast. Wait, that's a different one. Okay, hold on. Is that the same thing, Paul?
Yeah.
Well, that the link that I put on there, that links directly to the dice roll.
Okay, let me try this one.
Roll the dice.
You can go to our website too. If you go to our website and go to videos, the first 4 episodes are up there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a really good idea. Okay.
And I'm going to release a couple more episodes here, probably, or at least one episode before we go on tour. So we've got a couple in the pike. So.
Oh gosh, I want to go watch those. I just saw a little bit of it. I didn't see what the premise was or that you were doing, because that would be great. That's a good idea to do stuff like that. Let me put this on
the first couple. The first one is pretty terrible, but the second, third, and I think the third one and fourth one. I think the songs, like the songs that we make up on the spot, like actually were pretty good.
I love
to start saving all of the songs.
The first one's always going to be bad because you got to figure out, the dynamics, and then when the second one comes along, you're like, oh, good, we're going to do this, and it turns out to be amazing.
That's something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, we got the idea when we were just trying to kill time in the studio. We booked like 3 days in the studio, and so we actually stayed the night. At Sound Machine Studios. He's got like a little room like where we could crash out for the night. So but we didn't want to, we stayed up and like we decided to do this dice game, and we were drinking lots of whiskey and just being ridiculous. So
that is cool. Let me ask you, the Sound Machine Studios, is that the one that's out here in Skidmore, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I am hearing a lot of people using him.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah,
he's in Skidmore, Paul, right down the road from us. We're in Beeville.
Yeah.
So, I've heard that he's great. And I didn't even know he was there until a couple of years ago. I saw something in the Beeville paper, and I was like, what? There's a studio in Skidmore.
Yeah,
and as long as I've lived here, I didn't know.
I think I wrote that. article.
Did you really? Oh, my gosh.
Right, yes.
That's so cool. Yeah, and I usually don't even read the paper. See, it was destiny. It was destiny, Jimmy.
Yeah, he recently opened that one, I think a year and a half ago, or a little bit longer than that. But he started out in Corpus, and I've been working with him since 2013 or 2014. And
wow, well,
he's probably one of the best producers I've ever worked with. So
wow, well, David Martinez was on the show, and he uses him, and he said he was better than the guy in LA that he used. And I was like, wow, I don't know who he used in LA. That's what he said. And he said he was really, really good. And I've heard Bo Walker used him too. I mean, it seems like more and more people, because when you said that name, I was like, that sounds so familiar.
Yeah, some of his clients, I think Jake Ward is one of them, who's been #1 on the Texas country charts and everything else. So he's had some success for sure.
Yeah, he sure has. Man, that sounds cool. Well, let's get back to the song, because we can talk all night. Believe me, I could. Paul knows I can. So let's get to the next song. The next song is Without a Barrier. Ladies, gentlemen, let me find it real quick first. It never fails. It's never the first one. It doesn't put them in order.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Joanna, we are planning to do the dice game live when we are on tour, so we will be recording some of those. I saw that.
Yeah,
are you really? That's a great idea.
We do make up a lot of songs live now from doing the dice game. Kind of.
Yeah, and I know the crowd's gonna love that. I think they would really love that, because they could be interjected.
They do.
You can even do it. You can even do it like an
every time we've done it, it's a crowd pleaser. Yeah, people go crazy.
I was going to say, do you do it like an improv where you have them yell out a word? That's what I would do.
Exactly.
That's a great idea, man. Remember, like Night at the Improv or whatever that one was, where they would have that's a great idea, man. I can see that, and then it makes it interactive. Y'all are so smart. That's going to be a big crowd pleaser. So I hope this is the right one. I think this is the one. Yes, this is the one I made the video for, just a simple video. Here is Without a Barrier. Here we go.
Woke
up to the sunlight, it was beaming in my eyes. You were still asleep in your bed with the moonlight. I'll close my eyes and kiss your lips. If you're dreaming now, please dream of this. 'Cause I can't sleep, nor hardly breathe. Without you here, I am nothing. It's a Sunday afternoon now, and really messing with my mind. I know I feel a presence, but no one's here inside. I'll put my face to the ground. Through this earth, well, it's you I found. Through a hole to the other side. It's just too far for me to climb. Oh, but I'll try my damnedest just to imagine my love, oh my love, without a barrier between, no between. I'll wait forever in my dream. It's just not the same through telecommunication. I need proof my love without the barrier between. I'll wait forever in my dream. I'll wait forever in my dream. I'll wait forever in my dream.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I thought I had my mind made up. Man, Josh.
I had forgotten about Andrew Reyes playing those high piano notes, like at the end, just to kind of like add like something to the high end. Like you hear these like really high piano notes.
Yes.
They kind of punch through, and I had forgotten about that.
They really do. Man, you know what? That's a really great song. Paulina said, there goes the goosebumps again. Yes, I completely agree with you, Paulina.
Yeah.
Like for real. I think Paul was doing the same thing. I was sitting here with my eyes closed and I was just Very Elton John vibes. Maybe the piano. Yes.
I was
Gosh,
cracking up
really,
at the picture of us, like for that song, like, and it was just like us speaking.
yeah, I know, and that was just weird because I didn't really listen to the whole song. It was funny. I didn't realize.
It was a perfect.
I really didn't, and I put it up there, and I was like, I'm just going to leave that picture. I think that's perfect. And sure enough, it worked out just
perfect.
Wow, that's funny because I thought that's a weird picture for them to send me, but who knows? Everything's for a reason. Man, I can't. So you wrote that song when you were in high school, right? How old were you?
I was in my early to mid 20s, so I was out of high school. I was
out of high school. I'm sorry.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to college.
I love it. Man, you should be very proud of that song, and I can see why you had to wait for it to be the right sound, and you definitely found it. I think. Gosh, it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful, so melodic, just soothing. It's just soothing. It's a perfect love song.
Yeah. Man. You know, and what's so crazy about it is, see, I'm just learning the whole songwriting aspect of the music industry, and then learning the guitar and everything. And one thing that I've noticed, like with y'all, a lot of your songs, is y'all don't have a rhyming pattern with the words. You just, and it fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to rhyme. Yeah, it can just be like, just the flow of it, like, can just work, and like it doesn't really have to rhyme as long as it just feels right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really.
Well, Lena said your music is pure magical, truly impressed. Me too. Me too, and I'm glad you were here to witness it.
And now, you know, what's so funny is that listening to y'all songs and stuff, I'm rethinking a lot of the songs that I'm writing. I'm like, wait a minute, we don't have to rhyme. We don't have to. Oh wait, think outside the box, you know. And I'm just like, that's crazy. I don't know.
A lot of the songs now don't rhyme, but you know what? Until he brought it up, I didn't even realize that they didn't, because they fit together so, like you said, it sounds so perfect. You don't even think about it, honestly.
And the only reason I brought it up, is for the simple fact that I'm just now getting into this.
Yes.
And I've been told, you know, it's like constantly in your head, you have to do this, you have to do this. And, you know, and I know better than that. You know, you do what makes you feel right.
Yes, that's true.
Y'all proved that you don't have to stick to a certain script. You go outside the script and you're like, you know what? Forget what everyone says. I'm going to do what I want to do. And it sounds amazing.
Yeah, it really
does. I had an early musical mentor who he was brought in to teach me guitar when I was first really learning, but he ended up, we realized early on that I didn't want to be a lead guitarist. And so we ended up just listening to music and appreciating music. And he taught me music theory. And his whole idea was to teach me all the rules so I can learn to break them later. So, you know, there's formulas. Yes, there's all that. But the important part is to understand why they're there. That way you can, you know, do your own thing later.
Yeah. Well, and on that note, I would, when I was trying to like write stuff, like in my early days of like looping, like I would loop something and like have that loop playing over and over again and just keep singing stuff, and just like kind of a stream of consciousness, and just kind of like whatever came out, I would just sing it. And I would record myself doing that and go back and listen to those recordings. And so I could kind of piece together the things that worked and the things that didn't. And then just kind of each time I would play that melody or that jam again, like I would bring back the stuff that worked and then just try to evolve that. And each time doing that and recording it and just trying to like stream of conscious and just building on what I've already kind of written down. And so I would end up with these big, like, you know, like a scrapbook, like a piece of paper with all these like little phrases like here and there, or like half written song, or maybe just like a phrase, or maybe just a couple words. And then I would have just this sheet of paper, and I would go to open mics, and I would just like sign up as like the Josh Glenn experiment. And because I was to tell people like, hey, this is something I'm working on. It's not a finished song, but I'm just going to see what happens. And so I just play this riff, and I would just I'd have this sheet of paper with all my half written, you know, ideas and stuff, and just kind of pick from that, and then just, you know, go off to stream of conscious land and just try to make something up on the spot. And that's kind of like where that's why I feel comfortable doing that. Like when we do make up songs on the spot, when we play live, like I'm the one who ends up kind of
wow.
Kind of making up.
Well, you know,
you're much better at the free flowing thing than I am. I come up with the guitar or the chords.
The riff.
That's amazing. I can't remember, of course, who it was I saw, but they said that it was somebody famous that writes, and they said that they literally just take little phrases, words, even one word or just one sentence or two words, and they write them down when they come to them. And then gosh, my husband, if he would remember who it was, he cuts them up into pieces and throws them on the floor and just grabs them out randomly. And that's how he writes the songs. And then he puts them together.
I showed you this, Jimmy, like last time you were up here. I showed you, I had this grid. I took a piece of paper and I made like a grid, and I started writing random words, like you're saying. Like I had my girlfriend like write some random words down as well, and we planned to cut them up and put them in an envelope. And when we're on tour, like one of the things we're gonna do is just like pick like a few of them out, and we're gonna create something out of whatever we pick out of there, whatever it tells us to do. Like that's going to be part of the song that we're making up in that moment. So
I'm awesome. Wondering, have y'all ever, because I belong to a songwriting group by Sandy Ramos, that's where I met a lot of these great songwriters, and one of the questions I remember somebody asked was, how do y'all feel about starting with the chorus? Because I know one of the big things, especially if you're a songwriter trying to get your songs recorded by someone else, the main thing is they want you to get to the chorus or get to the hook right away. Somebody wrote a while back, I remember seeing it, what do you think about starting with the chorus? What are your thoughts on that? Have y'all ever done that? Do you think it's a good idea?
Breathing kind of starts in a way. It doesn't start with the chorus, but it starts with the pre-chorus kind of.
Now, are you talking about like when you're trying to write the song, or when you're structuring the song and you know this is the chorus?
Is that what you're saying? I'm not.
Yeah, when you're structuring the song, and this is definitely the chorus or the hook to get the listener's attention quicker. What are your thoughts on starting with the chorus, starting with your hook? What do you think about that? I've
definitely done that in the past. I think it depends on the song. I think Breathe Again really doesn't, but it kind of does. It has a lot of the elements of the chorus and pre-chorus in there.
I would, like starting off with maybe an element of the chorus, but don't give away the whole thing. Like don't give the whole chorus away, because that's like the heart of the song. I think like if you're going to start off with part of the chorus, like just give like a teaser, or just like maybe the pre-chorus. And but like Breathe Again starts off like really heavy. It kind of starts off like, right away. And so you kind of jump right into it. But we also don't start with the chorus. Like we start with just the, I don't know, I guess it is the pre-chorus, or maybe it's just
it's the pre-chorus, but it's just without us singing it.
So you want to make people thirsty for more, or really wanting more. Or sticking around to hear that. But that's what I just keep hearing, because I'm just now starting to send a couple of my songs out to be pitched, to other artists, and that's what I keep hearing. Get to the hook within 30 seconds, or you're going to lose their attention.
Yeah. If you do the 30-second intro where you're just doing like 4 or 8 bars of instrumental before you get to the verse, like that can be kind of kind of slow moving. You want to get right into it. At the most, like maybe 2 bars of instrumental before jumping in, but you want to definitely get to the lyrics first, because like we live in a day and age where attention span is going to be quick. It's like, give me the good stuff, let me get me hooked. And so
you're saying in the very because in the very beginning, maybe 2 bars, 2 to 4 bars.
And I mean, and it doesn't mean that when you play it live that you have to play it like the way it is on the album, but when you are recording it in the studio, and that you're going to be sending that off to radio stations and places who are going to listen to it and be critiquing it, you want to get to the hook quickly. But when you play it live, like you can extend it out, you can play it however you want live, and people will appreciate the differences.
It's interesting because one of the songs on this album, we were listening to the masters when we got them back, and realized that one of the songs had an intro that didn't need to be there, and so we ended up deleting the intro, it just goes directly into the song now. So it's all part of the editing process, and sometimes you find out later than you should actually.
Absolutely. But, I also want to mention, because I know that you belong, or I think you run the Corpus Christi Songwriters. I'm not sure how that works, but y'all were doing like open mics out at Executive Surf Club. Are y'all still going to be doing that while you're on tour?
Yes. Garrett Wieland and his wife Abby are also part of the board, and they'll be running it in July when I'm on the road.
Nice.
So usually it's the second Sunday of every month at
Second,
Executive Circle.
because I've contacted y'all before and I really want to do it. I'm getting, as I've gotten older, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. But my main issue is I don't play live. Do y'all let people go in and play a recorded track and sing to that if it's an original song?
If it's a recorded track that's an original song, we can do that.
You can. That's good. I think I'm going to do that because I need to get braver. I mean, I'm brave, but you know what I mean. It's just it's weird, y'all know, because until you actually do it, it's like you got that fear, And I have played one open mic, and that was a lot of fun.
There's a difference, when I still get nervous too, like before going on stage, and it's like, but you harness that feeling, that nervousness, and you can transform it into like just raw energy, like to use like on stage. And so, you can.
I know that feeling.
Yeah,
you can also go overboard if you're like super nervous and you go like, I played this one time in Austin, like at an open mic, and it was like really hard to get. It was hard to get on the list for the open mic, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, Jimmy. It was at Maggie Mae's in Austin, and it was at a friend's birthday, and I went up there and I was determined. I was like, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna play. Like, but I wanted to play my song, but but they were like, well, you gotta like they had the backing band and everything, and I'm not used to playing. Back then, I was just a solo musician. I'm not used to playing with the whole band, and like, and so I got up there and I was so nervous, but I was just so like amped up, like I could do this, like, and I just got up there and I played my heart out, like, and it was like just some like 12-bar blues, and but I didn't play the song like how I normally play it because I was going to use the looping pedal, but I ended up having to play with the band, so I just kind of made it up on the spot. And in my mind, I was rocking out, like, and the band was awesome. And then afterwards, like, the sound guy, like, I'll never forget, like, he told me, he basically banned me from the place, like, because like I don't know why, like, I think I was like too energetic or something, like
that'll probably be me. Hold on just a second. Let me talk to. Hold on just a second. Paulina, let me see. I want to read what she says. She says she's got to scoot out of here. She can't wait to see you guys in Corpus next week. I know I want to go so bad. The live stream was an awesome surprise, and I've enjoyed it. Well, I've enjoyed you being here. Thanks to the host. Thank you so much, thank you so much for being here. And you said it takes bravery to do a podcast, Carolyn, so you'll do great. Yeah, thank you so much, Pauline. I wanted to make sure to acknowledge her. Thank you so much for being on. We really, really appreciate it. We really do. Make sure you come back. We're here every Wednesday and Thursday with different great artists. So go ahead.
So it's basically just on the topic of like nerves and everything before going on stage. And this is like early on in my, being up on stage and everything, but I just thought like, I was like, I deserve to be on stage. Like I can be up there. I'm as good as any of these other people. And I just got up there just like playing and I was like screaming into the mic. Like I just remember like just the song was just like, I was trying to sing over this band and just trying to like almost like prove myself to this like crowd. You wanted to be the center.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I just overdid it. And
wow.
And the sound guy told me, he's like, I don't ever want to see you here again. Like he basically told me like that I was banned from doing that open mic like there because I had too much energy. And so I learned, I was like, okay, well, I need to tone my energy down and I need to just stick with what I know. Because if I had gone up there and it was like just an empty stage and I had my looping pedal, I would have been more in my element. But I was trying to do like more than what was within me, I think. And I overdid it. And I don't know, it was a trip. Like I'll never forget that. I actually haven't been back there, but I would love to go and try and play there again. I don't know that guy.
You should now. That would be pretty cool.
Look at me now.
I played that open mic night. Also, I played that one. Maggie Mae's, you said, right?
Yeah.
And then I also played Cactus Cafe in Austin. Another one. But I just talking about nerves and the first time. A quick story. I was 14 years old. It's the first time I got up on stage to play in front of people that weren't my parents. And I had written like 3 songs, and one of them was called Mary Jane, Mary Payne. And I didn't know what Mary Jane meant to the rest of the world. I just thought it rhymed with pain, so I did it. And but it was spring break, and when I got done singing Mary Jane, Mary Payne, the entire crowd was made up of college students and high school students, and they just like went crazy, Mary Jane, and screaming. I was like, I want to do this more often. So mine was completely different. I was like, I found out later why they were cheering for me, not because
my God,
like I haven't gone through puberty yet, but
wow,
that's
a great story. Well, shoot, you're giving me courage. I think I will try that. It's the second Sunday of the month, and people wouldn't look at me like, "Oh, she's not even a songwriter if she doesn't play." You don't think people would judge me like that? Because that's why I haven't done it. I'm like, I can play, but not well.
And you can be a songwriter and be like a lyricist and work with a guitarist. And if you have a guitarist that's there, like you're still a songwriter. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, Paul. We should go together and do it. That would be really cool. Because Paul's like, "What?" Yeah. Well, when you feel more comfortable, I really want to do it. I've been talking about it, and then I started doing all this, and I kind of just because I have music to to my songs. So
a lot of my energy will basically be coming from Crystal because she's basically the vocalist. I have that grungy type voice where I want to try to turn something into rock.
I don't think you have a grungy voice.
I've never done the music side of the stage. I've always done the magic side of the stage where I was a magician. I'd get up there in front of people and and the nervous energy that you have, you and like you were saying, you put it into it. And then you basically draw from the audience and you just keep on going, and I like I said, I've been there, but I know exactly what you're talking about being nervous because going on a stage in front of a whole lot of people and you're like, ooh, calm down. And I get overly energetic and I do the same thing. I'll start bouncing around and start dancing and it's crazy.
I'm definitely so it's the second Sunday of every month. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to call them because I really want to do it. It's one of those things I've been wanting to do. Do they give you critiques too? Because that's what we have on our show, singer-songwriters. They just let you can probably tell by their reaction whether it's a good song or not.
It's basically like an open mic now. We call it an open stage for original music. Nice. So it's just a comfortable environment for people to go up and play their original songs.
And what time do you need to get there? Because really, I'm doing it. I'm not going to put it off this time because I've been putting it off for 50 years.
Sign up starts at 7:30. Music starts at 8. And we usually have a featured songwriter that kicks it off. Usually, sometimes they play after the first round.
And how much time does each person have? Because we have so many.
2 songs or 10 minutes, I think is what it is. Something like that.
Nice. I'm going to do that. I really am going to do that because it's a way to get your songs heard, and otherwise, and I was
will be like Executive Surf Club. I'm there.
Yes. We were just at Executive Surf Club. We went and watched the East and the Crow Band. I like that place. Nice. And I hadn't been there in years and years because we haven't lived in Corpus in years. We moved to Beeville. So it's like, even when I lived there, I didn't go because it's one of those things. It's always just been, okay, I want to do it, all these years. It's like, just do it. I'm, now when you get to be my age, you're like, okay, you need to do this. I told my husband, we don't have much time we have on this earth. No one lives forever. And I hate to say that, but it's true. Yeah. So let's get off the subject and back on the subject of your songs. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say that story I told about Mary Jane, Mary Payne.
Yeah.
My first performance ever was at Executive Surf Club. So.
It was, and you were 14.
I was 14.
Wow, that is so cool. Well, I'm going to do it. I really am. I'm going to make a promise to myself because it's a Sunday, the only day I don't have anything to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm blessed for all this great stuff that I get to do. Yeah, I'm going to do it, Paulina. I'm going to do it. What's the worst that can happen? It could be bad, but that's okay. That's okay. So I do have a few other songs from you guys. I picked 2 other songs out. It's almost 9:30. I have Shadows on the Wall and I have The Day You Learned to Fly. Now I know y'all said these are your older songs from 2015. It's already 9:30. Do you want to pick one to do, or do you want to just leave it at what we have right now?
Let's do The Day You Learn to Fly, so people can understand.
I was going to say Shadow on the Wall. But...
Oh man, you're torn. Okay. Well, we can do both.
I was going to say Shadows on the Wall because that's the one that was it was the second song that we wrote together. That was we actually co-wrote.
Oh man. Well, now I'm torn. Well, gosh, what do I do? What do I do? We're going to play rock, paper, scissors, and I'm terrible at that game.
Okay.
Well,
we don't have a music video for Shadows on the Wall, too, though. The music video is, it's a live version, right, for The Day.
Yes, I have a video. Let me see. I don't even know. I downloaded them so fast. It's just got a picture of you two guys. That's the one I have.
Yeah, I got the one. Flip a coin. Flip a coin.
Flip a coin. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Paul, you pick. Shadows
Then
on the
after that,
Wall or The Day You Learn to Fly?
Heads.
Heads. Who said heads?
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, y'all didn't pick which side you wanted first. Okay, do it again. Do it again. Heads or tails? Josh.
Call heads.
Heads. Now flip it again. Is this imaginary coin?
Imaginary coin.
Heads.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well then.
I don't know if that's exactly fair, Paul. Oh my God, Paul. Your magician days are coming back, but we have to actually see it before you make it disappear. It's not the same. Okay, we're doing The Day You Learn to Fly. And I don't mind doing the other one too, because I feel bad now, because I'm just like, oh, he wants to hear that one. Okay, we're going with The Day You Learn to Fly, at least right now. If y'all want to stick around and do the other one, I'm happy to do that. Okay, here we go. The Day You Learn to Fly.
Eat
I
dinner
love
after
the
this.
title. Ready? Here we go.
All right.
I was raised to appreciate a song by the merits of its soul. I was always taught to search out the truth, the what lies behind the cool. But his songs are always so cool.
And in a moment it all came falling free like a bird with a broken wing. And sometimes we can take this all for granted. Sometimes we just see just like we did the day you learned to fly. The day you learned to fly. You sang all your songs up and then you took flight. The day you learned to fly. The day you learned to fly. With all the crazy hate in the alley, why can't we just live in romance? Carry through time and space with just love and peace. Maybe we'll find the rhythm to dance. We'll just dance, just like we did the day you learned to fly. The day you learned to fly. You sang all your songs up and then you took flight. The day you learned to fly. 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 Na 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 na. Just like we did the day you learned to fly. The day you learned to fly. You sang all your songs up and then you took flight. The day you learned to fly. The day you learned to fly. Just like we did the day you learned to fly. The day you learned to fly. You sang all your songs up and then you took flight. The day you learned to fly. 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 Hey, thanks. Don't let her in, and you'll never be let down. What a life to live when you're living underground. If you're content, then never mind it all. When your days are spent watching shadows on the wall. Oh, oh, it's more than what you see. Oh, oh, I wish you'd just believe me. Oh, oh, I just wish you'd call sometimes. It's not just shadows on the wall. Have you ever seen the light the sun brings, reflected in the morning snow? It's melting everything. All the colors flood my eyes, forming overwhelming sights. There's something else, something bigger than both of us resides. Oh, 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 it's more than what you see. Oh, oh, I wish you'd just believe me. Oh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a little sneak peek of Shadows on the Wall. Oh my
I love that you were playing that one.
I couldn't help it. I was like, no, I have to make both of you happy. I don't want to make anybody sad. I'm be like, hey. Plus, I love the way that sounds. My God, y'all are so talented.
I have to go back to the whole thing. The very end of that song, it like builds up to this big crescendo.
Yes,
it's a really
we can
cool
keep going, but I know it's getting late, and I know y'all are starving. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you buy their album. It's going to drop tonight at midnight. So it's already 9:30. Right. So by the time you get out of here and go get you something to eat and come back home, make sure you get some champagne or whatever so you can party.
Yeah.
Some streamers or something, a balloon, or at least a helium balloon so you can talk
Fireball.
Fireball, yeah.
Yeah, man, it has been great having you guys on. I mean that. Paulina said bravo. I agree. It's been a blast.
Thanks, Paul.
Man, I knew it was going to be great. And I wish I could go. I'm sorry.
I was just saying thank you for everybody who's tuned in and asked questions, and it's been fun. It's been fun answering your questions and chatting with everybody.
Yes, absolutely. It was such a blast having you guys, really, and y'all are so talented. I cannot wait.
That's what we're here for.
Yes, and when y'all get back after your album drops. Oh, I'm learning all these new terms, by the way, Paul. After your album drops, then share with us any of your locations when you get back closer. I know. Let me just double check. House of Rock is June the 30th at 8 p.m. Yimmy concert. Right. So
yes.
So make sure y'all go check that out.
The very next day, that Saturday, Friday the 1st, we're playing in San Antonio at 502 Bar. So
man, that's going to be so much fun. And then you start traveling around the world, pretty much.
Starting
in
the United States world.
Still, that's pretty cool. Yeah. You'll be in Fredericksburg for our anniversary. Too bad. I was going to ask you to do our private show for us. I'm just kidding. That would be great. Yeah. Guys, I've had a blast having you on. Paul, thank you so much. I love having you here. It's so cool to have you back on. It feels like forever since Paul's been here, doesn't it, Paul?
Yes, 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. No wonder. Has it? I don't know. I've lost track of time, I swear. Guys, be very careful on your tour. I know you're going to make a lot of people smile and party and get down. I wish you the best of success on your album sales. And I'll keep sharing and posting. Just keep sharing everything with me, and I will share it. Share. Sharing is caring. And Paulina says, yay, Paul. So, guys, thank you so much again for joining us on Carolyn's Corner Live. And now you're part of the family as far as I'm concerned. Thank you so much. And take care of yourselves. God bless. Thank you so
right.
much. And thanks everybody.
Now I'm gonna go eat.
I know Paul's starving.
right.
Okay. Good night, guys.
All right.
Bye, ladies and
All right, see
gentlemen.
you
Thank
guys.
you.
All right, till next time.